in the future of February course. So please do tell us what you learned about his interest in the possibility.
All righty, it is Jay on the Wolf with Jay and Mr. Pliers. That's right. You guys are listening live. You guys are watching live. You guys are here live. We are extremely excited about our importance of today's topic. We're going to have many to talk about, many to go through with. And let me just tell you. Let me just tell you.
Keep it, then we'll keep it.
There's going to be. So, let's make it interesting. Let's make it fun. Let's make it great. Because right now we're going to talk about it with Mr. Plies. Yes, thank you for coming on. Today is going to be an exciting.
I'm going through it, man.
Oh, well, we're all going through it. We got to do something, right? All right. You've got the light in your view. I've got the light in my view. I think it's looking pretty fucking good. I think we're doing great so far. All right, let me.
I just used my big melon head to block the light.
Is that what it is? It's all about that, right?
My big melon head. Yep.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna post it there. Sorry, I'm just sharing this for everybody. Yeah, man. I mean, I think we got a really great discussion to talk about today. And it's going to be interesting to see how many people actually interact with us through this process. And what's the newest of updates on your side of the world?
U.S. taxpayers.
Oh no, and just daily hustle.
Daily hustle.
Yeah,
making that dollar, right?
Doing that DoorDash hustle, man.
Absolutely.
Hoping that my car cooperates.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We're gonna have to talk about those fun times for sure.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. I'm actually just kind of throwing some groups in here, posting on some groups so we can get some followers here for this. But I'm working on updating some local places, some ideas. Let's see. So, anyways, let's talk about this morning's video.
Yeah.
Oh man, I cannot wait to talk about.
Speaking of which, while I'm on the phone or cast with you, I am going to send that message that we talked about.
Ooh, wait. You mean you got a response?
No, I didn't send it yet.
Oh, so now's the time to do so. I would assume that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to locate. Aha.
I would love to see the response coming back from that. And today we're going to actually be able to provide you guys today with an actual full video of this morning's reaction, which I am thrilled about. Thrilled. So give me a second while I open this up.
Thank you. That's because
so that's going to be an interesting situation for sure, for me to provide you guys.
Doctor, or get coverage toward hearing aids because all Humana Medicare Advantage plans have dental, vision, and hearing.
All right, so we're going to share that screen in a minute here.
The large plan networks of doctors, hospitals, and pharmacies, and go even farther.
Okay.
Coverage for emergency and urgent.
All right.
At Humana, our licensed sales agents will.
All right, so Lenny, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this interesting conversation of new news here at the Asteri building.
Because most
and I also have some dates for you as well.
Okay, this is what I'm texting her.
Okay.
I said, now that I hear you're no longer a Vecino employee, would you be willing to discuss some of the things some of the things you've been exposed to during your employment with them?
I don't think she's gonna. I don't think she will. You know why? Because I think that she will. I feel like she's going to shut down and shut out. I don't think that I don't think there's going to be any possibility of that ever even being a chance. I'm not saying that. I'm not.
So let me ask you this: do you know whether she was completely terminated from Vecino as a whole, or if she was pulled from our building and put somewhere else to do something else?
No, I'm pretty sure that the termination actually did subside, only because the fact that Lisa Martinez is now listed as the manager of the community, which in my letter that I got, she had, Lisa had signed it, not Rashana.
Gotcha.
So that kind of gives me a validation that she is no longer there.
Okay.
That kind of gives me the input on that insight for sure. What I do know on this for today, as some of you guys have been wondering, Lenny, I know you have been asking. I know that some people have been wondering about the outcome of this morning's video.
Yep.
We did a live, okay, and you and I talked about this. I did a live, and just FYI, your TV is. I can hear your TV, by the way. Sorry.
Oh, trying to catch up on my Fox News. Now that yet another Democrat congressperson has been indicted.
Oh man.
For stealing $5 million from disaster relief and using it in her campaign.
Oh yeah, that's never good.
Yep.
Okay.
But another story for another day.
Yeah. No.
Stay focused.
Stay focused. We're keeping our minds here. All right. So here's the deal. We this morning I get up because I received last night one of those yellow folders.
Yep.
And a yellow folder that's yellow is usually there's important paperwork, and it's something obviously that everybody knows that would be interesting. And the yellow folder, yeah, that might help some. That'll probably help you. So that yellow folder, it was kind of an important piece, but at the same time, it was kind of interesting to see the reaction of what that report was. When I opened it up, it was an eviction notice letter with a 14-day to quit the residence. And I look at it and I'm going, well, there's already some discrepancies. We already know that there's information that's missing out of it that should have been there that's not. And then in addition to that, they had their resident / unlicensed security serving me with this paperwork, which I don't think is even legal by any means, because nobody from the Vecino company or people that work for Vecino, they cannot serve this paperwork within the same entity of the business.
Yeah.
So I ended up going through and taking a few moments and really discussing about that situation particularly. Well, I went back in and I talked to the lawyer and I said, hey, I was like, I just received this, what do I do? He says, I'll call you in the morning, we'll talk about it, go from there. Okay.
Yep.
Got an email back from the lawyer's office while I was at the lawyer's office, and he didn't know I was there, so I called him and said, hey, I'm in the lobby, like I just got your email. It was kind of interesting to see his reaction to the paperwork that was given to me. But prior to me meeting with my lawyer, I'd walked down to the office. I had my phone. I had my selfie stick that my phone sits on, which is magnetic. And I'm sitting there and I walk over and I look right at look right at Lisa Martinez, who is the regional district manager for the Vecino Group. And I look at her and I said, first of all, I said, this is a null and void paperwork. There's discrepancies, and there's also the fact that it wasn't served properly through the judicial system, which it has to be. It cannot be somebody within the same building, especially another resident who works for you, who is on the clock. Highly illegal. Highly illegal. Totally. So at that point, I was just like, okay, well, whatever, you know. It got to a point where I did not feel that they gave two craps.
All right, so that was
Yeah.
message to the president today. But here's what he said.
So,
I want everyone to go back
so long story short,
one,
I took the initiative to
was extraordinarily
explain to her that, look, this is highly illegal. You can't be doing this. This is not okay. She said, you need to know the law. I need to know the law. I do know the law. Otherwise, I wouldn't be confronting you about it. And at that point, she said, get that thing out of my face. And I looked at her and I said, why? Because I'm telling why? Because you won't tell the truth? The fact that you guys are doing stuff so corrupt. She literally looks at me and says, Jared, you can kiss my ass. Literally all on video. Now, let me play that video for you live because I want you to see this. Because I want you to see this, Lenny. You ready?
Yeah, I watched it.
So I'm just replaying it again for everybody. To see. So literally, just so you guys know, you guys will be able to hear this. You'll be able to see it. So just give it a moment. This video will be very explicit, so please be understanding about that. By the way, this was illegally served, which is null and void. You need to have it done through somebody that can serve it properly. And I did let my lawyer know, so just be aware.
Jared, know the law.
I do know the law. Matter of fact,
They can't serve you. Anyone
okay,
else?
no, they cannot. It has to go through the judicial system.
Get it on my face, please.
Why? Because you know you're wrong? Vecino's going to get
If
it.
you can kiss my ass.
Exactly. See, this is unprofessional. And you wonder why Vecino's got 7 or 8 lawsuits against you? I mean, why don't you just answer the truth? Be open and honest. What? I mean, this is how you're going to just treat your residents? Man, this is going to speak loudly on Saturday's protest when we get to be able to stand out front and tell you exactly what we think. Vecino's got to go. Bye. Guys, this is the reaction that we are getting from Vecino and their staff. I mean, look at this. I'm not even going to lie. Look at this. This is absolutely crazy. She slams the door and says to kiss my ass. That is the professionalism of Vecino workers. Complete unprofessional, no respect, no nothing. And look at her as she's sitting there. Absolutely disgraceful. Absolutely a disgrace. So, I mean, in reality, I mean, it is. It's a disgrace. It's a fucking disgrace to see these people in these offices. You slam a door in my face because I'm asking you to please be professional and that you need to do this the right way if you want to, you know, like, come on. I mean, I don't see how that's wrong. I mean, please tell me, Lenny, where does this come off here?
That just demonstrates all the bullshit that we've been talking about that we were dealing with when we were employed there.
But it also shows what? That it shows their true colors of what they're really doing.
They don't give a shit. They don't want to. They're miserable people. They don't want to do their job. They don't give a damn about nobody that lives in that building.
No,
you're all pieces of shit in their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And
because they don't live here, they don't live here, and they don't have to be here. They make it miserable for all of us.
Yep. Cooker.
Yeah. It's just, you know, it's gotten to that point, I think, Lenny, that you and I both can agree. I mean, we're talking about a situation where it's a continuous and repetitive nonsense from Vecino. They're going out of their way to be retaliatory. I mean, dude, they still have not fixed my key fob. And when I talked to the lawyer today, I was like, they still didn't fix my key fob. I still have no access to the 4th floor door from the parking garage. I have to go down the elevator of the parking garage to go into the first door. And I said, sometimes my key fob works, sometimes it doesn't. And I said, I don't know what to do. So he's like, well, I'm going to reach out to the other party. He goes, and I'm going to tell them they either fix it or we can make this even a higher complaint to them. And he's like, if you had full access to everything in that building, he says, it better stay that way.
You know, here's the other thing that you can add on to that too. I've been unemployed from that building now for what, 3 months?
Roughly, yeah.
And the last time I met up with you for that photo op down there, my key fob is still active.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, okay? And I'm just trying to be honest here with this situation. What is your thought on the situation with, like, where do you see this going? I mean, where do you see this? What do you think is going to happen?
So everything that we're doing on our end is for awareness to the rest of the community in which we live in.
Right.
The above and beyond that, I don't know that. So I'm not getting the impression that city council, the county, or a lot of the other places that have a stake in this care much about what happens. I don't see any, other than lip service from them, I don't see any movement in anything actually happening.
Yeah. And do you think, honestly, that with the situation itself, do you feel like it's only going to get worse as it goes?
Oh, absolutely. As long as Vecino is in there, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. That is you have to chop the head of the snake off. The head of the snake is Vecino Group. Period.
Right.
Everything begins and ends with them.
And
as long as they are a part of this process, any part of it, the problem's not going to go away.
So,
and they've shown that they've shown that, clearly.
Yeah. So one of the things that I have noticed, even though I'm still physically living in the building and I'm still here, one of the things that I can say particularly about this situation is that Vecino is I think they're a little on edge, or a lot on edge, I should say, a lot on edge. And I think that what's going on is that they're getting the shit end of the stick. And I think they're getting more than they thought they were going to get into. Particularly because the fact that now they have so much scrutiny against them, so much against them for all of the things that have happened within the building. I think it's really starting to, impede on them for sure.
So we're putting a lot of pressure on them that they did not expect and they didn't see coming from us.
Right.
Okay. So when this process first started out, we were not seen as a threat to them.
Right.
Now that this process has played out for the last couple of months or whatever, and they see the bad PR that they're getting, the ears and eyes that are starting to appear on this process. Now they're starting to shake in their boots because they know that, two little peons, security guard, ex-employees, who we thought at one point we're fucking nothing are creating us all of these headaches.
See, I don't want to call it a headache. I don't want to call it a headache. I think we should
making
call it
our own board members fucking sue us.
See,
Because if we didn't do what we did and we didn't start this process, dude, I honestly do not think that those board members would have grown some kahunas and did what they did.
no, I agree. I agree.
think the pressure that we created is what forced them to do what they did.
Yeah, and I think the other thing was and even having the discussions that I've been having with some of the the locals, and even some of the business owners, they all felt the same way. They said, people are afraid to come down to Ithaca and be on the commons because of the issues with the homelessness, the drug problems, the crime. It's a very uncomfortable setting. It's also, yes, the economy has something to do with it as well, especially with the the tariffs and all this stuff, blah blah blah. We get that, but has Vecino made a massive impact on the community within the surrounding area? 110%.
Not in a positive way.
And it's been more of a negative way than anything.
And listen, to expand on that, it's not only the businesses that are locally on the commons and whatever. It's Walmart, it's Home Depot, it's Lowe's, it's all these big box stores that are being robbed blind.
Yeah.
With their stuff too from the people that are in that building.
Yeah. So I just had a person from, I forget where, I want to say it's not Home Depot, not Lowe's. No, it was Home Depot. I had a person from Home Depot telling me the other day, they were like, hey, they're like, listen, I want to make this clear to you, but if we have somebody steal something of ours out of our store, Home Depot has a law in place that states that if they, by any chance, if somebody, oh God, that's bright. If anybody, comes in and steals, there is nothing, absolutely nothing that can be done.
Yeah.
And they said, if we try to stop them, we get in trouble for making the attempt to do so. And I'm like, well, how is that even legal?
So this is an idea that I've been thinking about floating to some of the big box stores. I don't think that they would bite on it, but it's an idea all the same. Is that you post people outside, regular citizens, not employees, just regular citizens wanting to do the right thing. Yeah. Okay. Outside the stores, on shifts.
Right.
Okay. And when somebody is identified as having stolen from the store or whatever, have us step up and stop them. That way there's no liability to the store. And, we take that responsibility on ourselves.
Right.
There might not be a whole lot of people willing to do it. I, for one, would absolutely be willing to do it.
So would I. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, I would honestly be.
And then give us like a 10% discount on, shit that we buy at the store. If it's over a certain amount, then we get a 10% discount.
Yep.
Or some fucking stupid something like that.
And honestly, I think that as an outsider looking in, I think absolutely. I mean, that's a really smart way of handling this. I mean, personally, I think that. But I think we also need to keep in mind that when we're talking about a lot of the ongoing precedent issues that we're dealing with when it comes to the amount of thefts that are going on within the bill, not only within the county in these stores, but also the precedent issues of the problems that are leading from the Asteria building to the surrounding areas. I mean, we're talking about, issue after issue, and then stuff not being handled accordingly. Whether we'll see any kind of improvements, I don't know.
I'm not holding my breath, waiting on seeing anything change.
Yeah, I mean, I don't either, but I think that us making an improvement and saying, "Hey, look, at least we stuck our nose out there to say, hey, yeah, there's an actual issue. This is a problem."
Yeah.
I mean, what about all the issues that we've been dealing with over the last year when it comes to, the precedent problems of, the crime? I mean, the shootings, the stabbings,
Yeah.
People fighting over stuff that to me seems petty as shit, but what do I know? I mean, I'm not a homeless person.
Right. I mean, I understand the fact that people got to do what they got to do to survive. I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm in the camp that if somebody walks into Walmart and steals peanut butter and jelly and some hot dogs and some ground beef, and that's like, those are the type of things that they're taking, whatever, dude. I'm not, motherfuckers got to eat. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
But
yeah.
when they go in there and they steal fucking, $1,000 laptop or $1,000 TV, I'm like, I'm gonna kick your ass because that shit ain't right. Someone's got to pay for it. It's not, you're not eating it.
And that's the thing that kind of frustrates me here about all this is that, there are people, it's taxpayers' money that is being taken advantage of. And it's like, for an example, like I had a conversation with one of the business owners downtown here in the Commons. And I asked him, I said, factually.
Give me a second. I got to step away a second.
Yep. Sorry, guys. He is pulling a very important role in this conversation of things to discuss. So I do apologize. Lenny is Lenny, of course. He's got a sense of humor when it comes to stuff like this. So, I mean, realistically, this whole scenario with the Asteri building and the problems that are precedent to the issues that keep going on and on. I mean, those are all things that we're gonna see continually to keep getting worse. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Lenny, I don't think that we're going to see any kind of improvements coming from Vecino. I think they've really gotten worse. And if you go back, you remember in that news article when Chief Kelly from the Ithaca Police Department, he made a comment about, he said, at one point, they were finally getting a handle on things with their security team. Things were starting to look good. They had, he was supporting the idea. And then within a short period of time, it all fell out, every bit of it. And he made a comment stating that this is a repeated action and it keeps leading back to Vecino and their continuous issues. And it to me, it just seems kind of funny. It really does.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's
what I wouldn't give to have Pete Tyler or John Barber, one of the old school fucking chiefs back in that department, man, because I don't personally have any problems with Kelly, other than the fact that he fits the mold of what the city wanted in a police chief, as far as being liberal and left-leaning and a yes man, for lack of better terms. because somebody like Pete or John would have been like, no, fuck you. This is how we do things. If
Yeah.
you don't like it, then here's my fucking badge. And literally that's what happened with John Barber. He's seen the writing on the wall and he was like, yo, fuck this shit. I'm out of here.
Well, you know what's funny is that John Barber is actually with my sister.
Oh, yeah?
He's dating my adopted sister, Vanessa. I don't know if they're getting married or if they're fiance or not. I don't have a whole lot of
I
info
don't
on
know,
that.
man. I think he's
Listen.
leaning toward putting the ring on the finger, brother.
Listen, he is with my sister, Vanessa, and I know that
Yeah,
they.
V.
Yep. V is my
Okay,
sister.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, Vanessa's my sister, man. I mean, she's amazing, man. I miss her. I think the
Yeah.
world of her.
Yeah, those two were peas in a pod for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
she's living the good life with John.
Oh, I don't doubt it one bit. What I can tell you honestly is that John Barber is one of the most fantastic people I've ever met.
Yeah.
I think the world of him. I think that he is a great guy, great sense of humor. And
he's fair. He's
Yeah.
fair. He'll tell you just the way the shit is.
Yep. And one of the things that I will make mentions of is that no matter what the situation was in Ithaca back in the early 2011, 2012, stuff was a lot different then. Police handled things a lot differently.
Amen.
People were held accountable for bullshit. And now it's gotten to a point where it's not that situation. And now we're talking about an ongoing precedent amount of issues with the main focus in the city has been the freaking Asteri building.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not that Ithaca doesn't have other issues. It's that the Asteri building is front and center with those issues.
Yes.
Because everything, I hate saying this, but every secondary issue that the city of Ithaca has can be traced back in one way or another to the Asteri building and Cherry Street. Let's not forget about Cherry Street.
I mean, there was something I just read about them trying to talk about developing a building for over there or something.
Yeah, over there at the old scrapyard, over at Weissman's.
Yeah, they were talking about doing something over there. I don't know.
And honestly, if history has anything to say about it, the city will be like, hell yes, build another building. We'll give you another, millions of dollars in tax abatements.
Which I find to be ridiculous. Nobody should be getting that.
Like, what is the definition of insanity?
Well, I could say my name.
The same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. That's exactly what this city is fucking doing.
Yep. And I think that it's only going to get worse, to be honest with you.
Well, hey, listen, man, it goes back to what I've been saying, and I'll say till my last breath. The people on the right, the Trump supporters, the Second Amendment advocates, all of us that are classified as being right-leaning or extremist or whatever word you want to put on that, you can only poke the bear so many fucking times before that bear is like, okay, I've had enough.
So that video you sent me,
getting to that fucking point where we have had enough.
Yeah, well, that video you sent me about that,
yeah,
I was watching that guy talking about it, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, this is interesting.
We're the most fucking tolerant group of fucking people you would ever want to meet. But when that red line gets crossed, our give a fuck just breaks instantly. And sadly, we're getting to that point.
Yeah, and I think it's going to end up. I think it's going to end up really starting some real shit here. I mean, we're talking about major issues that keep happening over and over and over again, and nobody seems to have an answer on what the plan's going to be.
The other big difference is that we don't buy our guns out of a fucking trunk of a car.
Right.
Right.
And that's
so for every one gun that some wannabe fucking gangster has, we've got 30, and we only need one bullet because we go to the range and we practice.
Yep.
Or you saw my setup, how I practice. I do that shit every fucking day, man. Every day.
Well, I think we also need to keep in consideration too that it's going to have to start becoming more necessary for us to start doing what we have to protect ourselves, because I think this is only going to get worse, and I think it's just going to become an absolute nightmare going forward.
It is. I'm not saying that I hope that day comes, but I hope that day comes.
Oh, I trust me. I would love to be able to say the same thing, but I think we need to go that route again, just like old times.
You see what my shirt says, right?
Let me see. Oh yeah, that's badass. I'm not gonna lie. That's cool. That's definitely cool.
Too fucking old to run.
Well, you know what? I think it's time to hit the hammer to the bell and say it's time that we all get together. We start fighting for the right reasons and the right decisions that need to happen. So
it's time to pick a side, man, because that's where it's coming down to.
And I think it will.
If you're on the wrong side of it, I'll fucking pray for you, but I'm not going to give you show you no mercy.
Well, I think it's coming to that, honestly. I mean, we're talking about an ongoing precedent issue between the government, the political views, the distinction of, where should I go? Oh, well, we should be a communist country. Go fuck yourself. Go to Germany. You can be over there. They're communists.
Yeah.
We're not turning this country into communism. Sorry, but if you're gonna be some foreign fuck, and I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be an asshole here, but if you're gonna be some kind of foreign fuck that's gonna come over here and tell us that our country should be a communist country, you can fucking kick rocks and go somewhere else, because we're not dealing with that. America is the land of the free, home of the brave. We will continue to keep doing what we do, which is protecting our rights as U.S. citizens. Your microphone's off, my friend.
Yeah, I had to holler at the old lady about something right quick.
You yelling at the woman? Oh, we got to talk about that now.
Nah, the kid's being the kid, and I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Oh, well, that's when you just do one of these. That'll fix everything.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
But then you could be the one on my end being like, would you shut the up before I come out there and your, because I'm sick of this every time I'm on the goddamn video.
Well, how come I don't ever have a beep?
Oh, you mean this one?
Fuck you.
See, no, now I gotta redo it again because I can't have that. Hold on. What was that again, Lenny?
You.
Yeah, so let's talk about the upcoming news articles. I just had one pulled up, which I think you would be interested in for sure. Let me go back to it. Hold on. Let me see here. I was just trying to pull. Oh, here we go. All right, so Mark Zuckerberg's hate speech gamble fuels Gen Z radicalization on Instagram. Hey, Mark Zuckerberg, how many people are you fucking pissing off now?
You think his name is going to be in those Epstein files?
Yeah, let's talk about that. Hold on. All right, let's talk
'Cause
about
we're about to.
Fill me in on the Epstein files because I am so fucking far behind on this. Tell me.
So yesterday, no, either yesterday or the day before, everything was voted through the House, voted through the Senate to release the Epstein files 100% in full.
Mhm.
Yesterday, President Trump signed the bill to allow for that to happen. Now, I guess what's going on is the FBI and the DOJ are going through, redacting what needs to be redacted, blah, 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 which I don't think is appropriate. I think that release the shit the way that it's fucking, let everybody know who's involved in this shit.
Mhm.
Everybody. And let you know the citizens determine where it goes from there. So that's the current. We're just waiting for the files to drop so that the public has access to them.
Right.
So that's where it's at right now.
Okay. Yeah, because there was a lot of controversy on that.
Well, here's the thing: the Democrats played a dangerous fucking game with the Epstein files.
Mhm.
Okay, thinking that the Republicans were going to fold, and it turns out that the Republicans were playing a game and pushing the Democrats in the direction they wanted them to go to. So all of the Trump not wanting to release them and all that we've been dealing with the last couple of months about that was all so that it was a trap.
Mhm.
So that when it did go in front of Congress and Senate, they would think that the Democrats would think that they were going to be in the clear and they wouldn't have any repercussions. Now that the files are being actually released, the Democrats they're just dropping like flies, man. We had a guy, he was what the fuck was his name? Anyway, he was a bigwig at colleges and on different boards and this, that, and the other. He resigned from every single position that he held across the board because his name showed up in as one of the main pedophiles in this Epstein file.
Wow.
And
Wow.
he's basically gone into obscurity in the last 24 hours. I can't remember what the guy's name is, but
Yep.
It's been big news.
Yeah. Okay. So a lot of you are. Let me see. I just had a message. Hold on a second. I just had a message from somebody asking about you, Lenny. Asking
okay.
if. Hold on. Let me read it.
Yep.
Okay. Lenny, the way he wrote this, Lenny, what is your input and your thoughts on how you will project seeing this Epstein Files case turn? Where do you see this going and why?
So once the public has access to these files, I think a lot of people are going to be running scared, man. A lot of big, in government people and, people like Zuckerberg or big names everywhere, millionaires, billionaires everywhere are going to be absolutely running scared trying to cover their tracks because the DOJ isn't fucking around. Things are dropping left and right. I think it's going to be a big problem for everybody in government. I don't think anybody's going to be left unscrutinized. The other problem is that if the DOJ and the FBI do not do their job and follow through, that could be another problem. So everything at this point, everything falls on Pam Bondi and Cash Patel and Don Bongino. Bongino has been saying for years that he knows a lot of shit that that's going on, and I think that was part of the reason why Trump brought him into the fold in the FBI as the assistant director, because he wanted to try to keep those things that Bongino knew or knows from coming out,
right,
on a timeline that he couldn't control.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. So we both, Lenny, you and I can take a quick break if we have to, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna continue talking about the Epstein files, because I'm getting a lot of response and correspondence on people's importance of this.
People want to know, man.
Secrecy.
That's been the biggest thing since Trump came into office, is that fucking Epstein files.
What about the whole situation with Area 51? There's fucking confidential files on that.
I believe in aliens, dude. So
do I. But I think what we need to know is how much of this confidential secrecy is going on.
Do you think Elon Musk is an alien?
I don't think he's an alien. I think he's just fucking weird.
Yeah, that too.
That's my personal thought on that one, but it doesn't matter. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. Y'all take a minute. We're gonna, step away for a minute, get ourselves acquainted, and we are going to come back in about 3 minutes, and we are going to deal with this situation. And let's talk more about what's going to go on. Sounds like a plan. We'll be right back after a few moments. Alrighty, you guys are back with Jay on the Wolf. That is correct. One of our favorite shows of all time. One of our absolute amazing moments of being live. That's right. We're live, and we're doing this in a way that is going to not only benefit all of you, but it's also going to give us the ability to really bring in the importance of us and our discussions. Local news, media news, government news, whatever we can find, whatever it is that we can talk about, we will bring it to you. We kind of like the conspiracy theories too. We like hearing your opinion and your thought on those. Kind of brings a little bit to the table. So it sure does. So we'll see how that goes for the most part. See what we're looking at going forward. But do we think that the Epstein files should be released? Do you think the government should be held liable for anything that they've hidden over the last 100 years? Do I think that should be legal? Absolutely. Should we know? Let's make it interesting. Again, you guys are listening to Jay on the Wolf. We got plenty of stuff to talk about, plenty of things on the way, plenty of things to deal with, and let me give you the rundown. That's right. We are talking about the Epstein files. We are talking about some of the ongoing precedent issues within our federal government. Do we think it's going to get any better? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to get any better. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. But what do I know? All right, let's take a quick second here to get ourselves ready to go for this next part of Section 2 on the Epstein files and where we see it. Let's make it interesting. Because I want you guys to realize that we are going to make this enjoyable. How do I make it enjoyable? Well, I think we'll let Mr. Pliers tell us how we're going to make this conversation enjoyable.
Wait,
The
what?
Epstein files and conspiracy. I want to know what your thoughts are, where your plans are. What's your thoughts on this, and what's your conspiracy theory, my friend?
Which there's a lot of them going on.
Well, what do you think is going on with the Epstein files? What do you think? What kind of information do you think they're hiding?
I think they're hiding names. The government.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to put this into words that I can explain my thoughts with.
Okay.
So the government works together, whether they like each other, hate each other, whatever. They at some point have to work together to get to a single goal. Okay.
Right.
Whether it's people from the same party, people from opposing parties, or people, working with lobbyists. Okay. They've all got to work together in some way, shape, or form. The Epstein files puts a big wrinkle into that whole process. So now my opinion is that they have to decide who is worth the effort and the backlash to try to cover, and who is going to be sacrificial lambs.
Now, let me ask you something. There is a lot of conspiracy theories. Do you think that the Illuminati have something maybe to have involvement on something like this?
I think those people are absolutely involved in it. Absolutely.
And you think that the Illuminati is like it's more than one particular person? It's a group?
Yes. I think it's a group. You ever heard of the New World Order?
I've heard of it.
Okay. That is, my understanding is that is a specific predetermined group of people who have leverage and dirt on people in the government, and have more control over how things are done and when they're done than the average person.
Okay.
You
So
know,
do you think honestly that the Illuminati may have something involved with this? You think that their goal is to detrimentally make our situation worse for everyone, not just particularly us?
so it's a fine line that they have to walk. They have to be able to make things a little bit better to keep people complacent, as well as still be able to promote the goals that they have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's give and
Yeah.
take. They have to give people, the flavor of the day, gas prices.
Mhm.
Okay. People are complaining about gas prices. Let's lower the gas prices
Yeah.
so that they're feeling good while they're busy celebrating a gas price win, we'll be over on this side doing our thing while they're distracted.
No, I agree.
It's always that's the thing. It's always distract and then do what we need to do.
Well, let me tell you, being a part of the Illuminati is not what I expected.
And that's part of the reason why the government is so afraid of the church making a comeback and
Yep.
people, coming back to being godly, because that is going to fuck up all their plans.
I got to be honest though. I think a lot of that's all coming back anyways. I think people are.
Yeah.
I think people are going to start fighting back, and I'm not trying to say that in a different or a wrong way, but I think that we need to consider the factors of two things. It's going to happen. They're going to have a recourse of flashback. They're going to have the consistency of issues, and I think it's only going to get worse. And I don't think we're going to see a resolution. I think that over time, just like we had in our past, people are going to get tired. People are going to fight back at some point. It's going to turn into another war. It's going to be hell on wheels.
I agree.
I think we're getting to that point. Do I think that it's going to change, the outcome? I think it will at some point. But right now, this is just the beginning. It's just the beginning.
So have you been following at all what's going on in Dearborn, Michigan?
No, so let's get an update on that. I've not heard anything about that because I've been so focused on other topics.
So Dearborn, Michigan is known as a predominantly Muslim, Middle East, Somalian population.
Mhm.
They are the majority population there.
Okay.
Some of their elected officials are also, fit into those categories.
Right.
They just had a common council, I guess, style meeting with the city government, and after the meeting, there were a couple of guys that went outside and they were going to burn a Quran, protesting the what they feel is a Islamic Muslim
Mhm.
whatever kind of takeover of the city. And so they went to burn a Quran, and it turned into a huge fucking melee. People got pepper sprayed by each other, and yeah, it was not pretty. There's a video of it on YouTube.
Well, yeah, I will definitely be bringing it up. I'm sure to watch that.
But seeing, and Dearborn, Michigan is not a big. It's probably like Ithaca size. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But you know, for something like that to happen there, what's to say that that's not going to happen everywhere? And you know, I have a lot of friends that are Muslim and you know,
Mhm.
and everything like that. And you know, the mutual respect is there. We have conversations, you know, about religion, whatever, from time to time,
Mhm.
and we never punch each other in the face or pepper spray each other or anything like that. It's a
Right.
conversation. At the end of the conversation, we leave as friends. You know, um, I just this Muslim takeover. It may not be happening here as much as other places, but it's a real fucking thing, dude.
Oh, I know. I know. I hear
And
about it quite a bit.
you know, Sharia law, if that's pushed anywhere, or I mean, this can get bad, dude.
Yeah.
And you know,
I mean,
part of
I mean,
the
think about it.
part of the
I mean-
caliphate and the belief in the Muslim religion is that you know American and Westerners are to be shot on sight, eliminated.
So let me explain this to you because I think this is funny that you say something like that. There was a lot of conspiracy on, you know, the ongoing conversations with with 9/11.
Yeah.
There's a lot of conspiracy theories on it. There's a
Yeah.
lot of things that didn't make sense. There's a lot of video footage. I mean, I've been doing some research on some of the video footage with the 9/11 attacks. And one of them was the Pentagon.
And keep in mind, this is pre-AI. So AI really
Yeah.
doesn't play a factor.
No, AI has no
And
effect on this. But I saw what
What
were
you see is what you see.
original videos
Yeah.
of what happened. And there was actually a video of somebody recording it from their phone when the plane hit prior or before it hit the building prior. You could see it coming into the corner and seeing it, watching it hit the building, and
Right.
you watch the
When-
person like literally.
Yep. When the first tower was hit, I've seen that video.
Yep. And so I was sitting there going, "Oh my God. Oh man, this is crazy. Like this is not something, this is video evidence that it's been hidden for how long?
Yeah.
How long have we not seen this?
26 years now?
25
years?
25 years since it happened. 24. I know.
I remember to this
24,
day, I remember exactly
2001,
what I
so it
was
would've been
doing,
24.
where I was, who I was there with, everything when that shit happened, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was in first grade. I remember it. I was sitting there looking at my mom going, "What's going on?" And then we look at the TV, and they said that the Twin Towers had been hit, and I'm like, "What are the Twin Towers?" My dad's like, "They're big buildings in New York City." And as we're watching it, it turned into this absolute disaster, and I still remember to this day. It's very set in my mind.
But you know, the sad part about the whole situation is when that happened,
Mm-hmm.
okay, how quickly America came together. There were no Democrats or Republicans or independents or any of that. It was literally America. That was it. You were either pro-America or anti-America, and there was no
Everybody was digging in.
You know, there was no
Everybody
other
was.
discussion. You know, I joined the military shortly after 9/11. That's when that was the thing in my life that convinced me that was my calling. That's where I needed to be.
Yeah.
My little brother shortly after that. You know, and I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people I served with, and you know, to this day that I talk to that feel the same way. Is that when they saw that happen, a switch just turned. It was a switch, you know, and yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I think that's definitely it's crazy. Breaking news: Judge orders Trump administration to end National Guard deployment in Washington, D.C. A federal judge on Thursday ordered Trump administration to end the months-long deployment of National Guard troops to help police in the nation's capital. U.S. District Judge Jaya Cobb put her order on hold for 21 days to allow for an appeal.
Wow. So shit like that pisses me off, dude. Look at the drastic change that has happened in DC since the troops were deployed there. The drastic reduction in crime and everything.
Yep.
And then you get some retard fucking judge like this that comes in and says, "Oh, I don't like it. It hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
I don't like seeing National Guard troops walking the streets. You know, it triggers me." But yet the results speak for themselves.
Well, too bad. That's just the way it is. I mean, you can't get everything you want, so it is what it is.
And I'll tell you this too. When when I went through basic training, okay, part of basic training was, and it wasn't a big part of it, but it was still a part of it.
Yeah.
Was crowd control.
Mhm.
We were given the big ass batons, our fucking riot shields, everything. We lined up, you know, and we were shown the proper way to use a baton. All of those things. Like I said, it wasn't a big part of it, but it was a part of it all the same.
Mhm.
And again, when I went in National Guard, we also had that training even more so than when I was active.
Right.
Because that's part of what the National Guard does. That's part of their fucking job.
Yeah, and they're no different. They're no different than anybody else in whatever military position they're in. It doesn't matter. They're there to do their job. Let them do it.
Now, my fear is that we have another situation like Kent State back in the 70s or 60s or whatever the hell that was.
Yep.
Where the troops were deployed, somebody had an itchy trigger finger, and people died. I mean, that shit can't happen.
Yeah. A legendary bass guitarist was a founding member of the Stone Roses, has died at the age of 63. His cause of death has now been revealed. It is the heaviest of hearts that I have announced the sad passing of my brother, Greg. Oh my gosh, I can't say that. Mountfield, if I'm saying that right.
I have no idea. I've never heard of the band.
Yeah, neither have I. His name was Manny. Which is never heard of the band. I don't know if maybe they're a UK band. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I guess
hold on a second. I got.
So I mean, that's something to absolutely to take in a situation. Another one. Wow. Okay. Ford. Okay. So Ford is now retiring one of its best-selling reliable vehicles on the market after 27 years from production. It was a very successful global run for the compact car. The final unit produced was a white 5-door hatchback that left the factory in Germany. And the production have all ceased. There is no plan current set for a new buyer or a new brand takeover. It has been a remarkable run, Ford said on its website, formally announcing the decision. Unfortunately, we were no longer building the Ford Focus. Contact your local dealer about other vehicles, perfect for you and your family. I mean, if Ford is refusing to make more of this car, maybe they got a new one planning on a new one coming in. Maybe they got a new style. Maybe they got a new design. Maybe they got something as a crossover better than what they've had with the other ones in the past. Maybe it's something new. It's definitely something to keep in mind on. There's a lot of discussion about it. So that's all stuff we can decide for sure. McDonald's customers are furious and threatening to boycott after noticing the McChicken sandwich has gotten weirdly small. They are so much worse now. McDonald's has been a reliable fast food establishment in quick, cheap, filling meals for decades. However, after certain menu staples have been seemingly shrinking in size, numerous customers are beginning to think that it's not worth the trip anymore. Honestly, I feel the same way. I feel like McDonald's has kind of skimped on a lot of their meal sizes, their portions, what they used to give out. You're not seeing it as much. The biggest thing is that when they started changing their patties, they were doing real burgers. They were actually doing real burgers, and then they got away from it. Then when they stopped doing the burgers and doing them the real way, they were getting production stuff, which was stupid. I mean, that was the worst thing you could do. Now they're doing it where everything has got to be a certain way because somebody made a formal complaint or a lawsuit or this or that or whatever the situation was. It wasn't up to their standards. So now we need to make a big deal about it and sue them. And look, McDonald's, get your shit together. When you guys opened up in the early 1940s, I will tell you that somebody that actually knew what they were doing, the original owner or the guy that was the founder, and trust me, I watched the movie. It was pretty interesting to watch. The fact that they knew how to do it the right way was the way that it should have been. Now, don't get me wrong about one thing. I'm not saying that their fries ain't good, okay? Because I'm addicted to their fries. That's one thing I will say. Their fries are freaking delicious. But we're talking about how that they've decreased the sizes, the quality, and the taste. It's just not like it used to be. It's not. McDonald's used to have a lot of interesting meals, a lot of interesting pre-planned, choices on their menu. They've become not only more of a disappointment, but the fact that McDonald's, their price on just one sandwich with a fry, which is medium, and a drink, $18 for a fucking meal is ridiculous. I remember when we'd go to McDonald's and we could get, 4 or 5 burgers, a couple of fries, chocolate shake, and a vanilla shake. And we'd spend maybe $13 on everything. Now you're spending $18 on one meal, which is absolutely atrocious. It's a disaster. It's a disaster. I mean, I understand that time goes by and there are changes and this and that. But when it comes to the American people, we deserve an answer on why everything has to be, why everything has to go up. And I think that's the important piece of it. And I'm sorry, but, McDonald's really needs to kind of pull their head out of their ass and understand that people do not want shit for a meal. So,
and I don't know if it's just me, but I want everybody's opinion on this. So, like in the last 6 months to a year, McDonald's burgers just taste differently. They have a different taste to them. I used to get double cheeseburgers all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And I went and got them a while ago, and I'm like, this is nasty. It doesn't even taste like meat.
No. So, and that's the thing is there was just a recent complaint about the McChickens and how they're much smaller, and the quality is not there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of there's a lot of discussion on that. There's a lot of I don't want to say scrutiny, but I feel like that's the only word I can think of right now. There's a lot of scrutiny on it. Why are you changing something that's been working for all these years? because you want to improve. Okay, well, let me tell you, you're making a big mistake. The American people are going to have a shit fit over it, and they're going to fight tooth and nail about that, and they're going to do what they got to do to make it right. And that's really sad. I mean, Lenny, you see it. There's a lot of food places that are just changing up stuff, even though it works, even though it's there, they are still changing it. They're still trying to aim for better. But when you start doing that, it's not always going to work. It's not always the right thing to do.
No,
It's really not.
no. And that's why I don't mind paying $20 for a Five Guys burger, man, because their shit is fucking on point.
Mm-hmm. Even like the
point.
thickness of the burger, like the meat alone is that thick. Like
Yeah,
it's that thick. You're just like, holy shit, how am I going to eat all that?
Dude, if you spend $20 at Five Guys for a burger and fucking fries, and you're still hungry after you're done with that shit, then you need help, because that is a lot of goddamn food.
So, remember back when they had the fatal UPS plane that crashed?
Yeah.
So, it's saying that the cargo plane was taking off from Louisville earlier this month when it crashed moments after becoming airborne, killing 3 crew members and 11 people on the ground.
Yep.
Do we have any more insight on that? On what?
FAA hasn't said another word about it. Not that I saw.
You know, that to me, that just seems funny that they're not saying anything about
it. And they even recovered the fucking black box. So, like, the black box is the tell-all, be-all of, you know, everything in that plane.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they're ever going to have an answer for some of the families on why it happened the way it did?
I think that they will behind the scenes. I don't think it'll become a public thing, because there's just too many other things that are dominating the news.
Yeah.
You know, it's, I mean, I'm not saying that 15 lives isn't an important thing that should be talked about all the time so we can prevent it from happening again. Mm-hmm. But right now, with everything else that's dominating the news cycle,
yeah,
it just, I don't see it getting any air.
Yeah, I just don't think it's going to last very long either. Yeah, that was something that I was curious of, is seeing that for sure. I was questioning that. Absolutely was.
Oh, that's weird. I just got this random fucking telegram asking, saying my name, ?
Huh.
So fucking weird. And I'm not really on Telegram all that much.
Right.
A few people, but that's about it.
All right, guys. Well, we are going to take a break for today. I've got a few things that I need to do. Lenny, I'm sure you have a few things that you have to do as well. I've got to get my ass motivated. So,
I got to take a shit.
That sounds like a great time. All right, y'all. Well, listen, we're going to give you more updates as soon as we get more to talk about. Lenny, thank you. Let's keep this rolling. Let's keep doing our show. Let's keep doing what we love to do, and people enjoy listening in. But let's try to make this a strong outcome for all of us, and see where this goes.
Saturday, people, be there. Be there. Please be there.
Yeah, Saturday we are doing a protest live downtown on East Green Street, across from the public library here in Ithaca. It is going to be a full-on protest. It is going to be a peaceful protest, and it is going to be a protest about Vecino must go. Vecino has created not only a very difficult situation for the locals, the business owners, and anybody involved, but this protest has really gone above and beyond, and I think we're going to see a lot of support. Lenny, I think you and I can agree this is going to go big or go home.
Yeah, it is. It has to. Yeah, we're going to have media there. We're going to, we're trying to do the right thing here, guys. You got to help us out.
Yep, and we need all your supports. We need everybody here to step in, to step up. If you've had an effect on this, you've had your car broken into, you've dealt with the homelessness issue, we want you to speak out. This isn't just the most open way to do this. So let's do it. Let's do it right and get things taken care of.
And this is Ithaca. We protest. That's what we do best here. So
It's our right.
let's put your protest boots on and
Yeah.
some heavy gloves, and
Make
let
sure
me
you
know.
dress warm as well. Make sure you're
Yeah.
dressing warm as well, because you're going to want to. Like I said, it's only for about 2 hours, but listen, we're going to do it. We're going to make it work. We're going to fight like hell. We need all of you to join in and be a support. This will be huge. So do not forget that Saturday from 10 to 2, that is our time. Let's do this. Thank you again to all, and have a great rest of your evening. Thank you again.
And if you guys don't know us or want to get to know us, come down. We're both going to be there. We're going to be able to have conversations with you
Yes.
and answer any questions you got. You know, hope to
Yes.
see you there.
And also, just so everybody is aware, I want you guys to know that later tonight, I am going to be doing a full live walkthrough of the Asteri building. I'm going to show you guys what we're dealing with. I'm going to show you the disgustingness that we're dealing with within the building and see how much of a disappointment it's been. So we're going to do that tonight as well. Lenny, I think you would want to be on that live as well, I would assume.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. I might be out, so send me a link. And you know, even if I only have to do audio, I mean,
Yeah. No, that would be perfect. All right, guys. Thank you again. Have a great rest of your evening, and we will see you soon. Have a great night.